Hey, everybody. Welcome to this Growing Mama podcast. I am your host, Sheilandria Wells, and Happy New Year. Um, I know so far it hasn't been the greatest and happiest New Year for a lot of people. And I do just want to say that my thoughts and my prayers go out to all of the people that have been affected in any kind of way with anything that has been going on so far with the start of 2025. Because it's already just jumped off and started just a little crazy. And like I said, I'm really thinking about and praying for all of those people and families that have been affected by just anything that has been going on that we've been seeing in the news and in the media. And I really hope that everybody's okay. Okay. With that said, still, like I said, Happy New Year. I'm a little late with this because it's already 2 weeks into the new year, but I'm getting this episode done, so that's great. Be like I said, being consistent is key, as I mentioned in one of my previous episodes. So that is what I am doing. I'm holding myself accountable and trying to be consistent the best way that I can. It's a little hard, being a wife and a mother of seven and homeschooling and just having real life things going on, but we still showing up, even if it's a little late. Okay. Um, Before the new year started off, I did record a video talking about some of the things that I want to do and plan on doing in 2025 and things that I've already been doing and talked about before because I have mentioned quite a bit in my previous episode just talking about God and just me being a Christian and my religious beliefs and me and my husband have talked about it, so nothing has changed. Like, I'm still praying daily and fasting and reading my Bible and everything, but I just wanted to kind of communicate to the people, um, just what it is that I'm doing and what it is I plan on doing. And I will actually include that clip into this episode so you guys can kind of see what it is I was talking about. But with that, for the rest of 2025, I do want to talk about some things that I won't be doing in the rest of the year because the video was talking about things that I will be doing in 2025, but I wanted to sit down and talk about some of the things that I won't be doing in 2025. And not just me, but my family and my husband as well. And I took some notes on my phone, so that's why I keep looking down. But number one is something that I already had been doing, but so number one is one, like I said, one of the things I've already been doing, but it's deeper now, and that is going to be no secular music. No, I'm being very choicy about the movies and the TV shows that I'm watching, literally for religious reasons. And I think that it's something that's important to do. The church that I watch online literally just touched on this about being mindful and protecting yourself when it comes to your ear gates and your eye gates, because it's something that's very important when it comes to protecting your peace, protecting your soul, being mindful of the things that you're consuming because they do actually impact you in more ways than what you think. Like when it comes to, like I said, the music that you're listening to is, you got to be mindful of that because there's a lot of things that are being said. There are a lot of people that don't have the same mindset that you do, the same religious background. So you really have to be mindful of just some of the music that you're listening to, some of the things that you're watching, because as you know, if you know, like they put stuff in the media, they put stuff in movies and in TV shows, especially children shows. That's a whole other thing that me and my husband have actually talked about in previous episodes, but you got to be protect your children as well, okay? Because there's a lot of stuff that they're just trying to slip into TV shows and in Disney movies, and just a lot that it's not cool. So that is one thing for sure that that is definitely one of the things that I'm definitely going to be doing going forth, being a Christian and going deeper and deeper into my faith and, just getting closer and closer to God. Like, it's one of those things that as you do that, you start to naturally feel, like something within you just doesn't feel right. Like, I really should be listening to this, or I really shouldn't be watching this, or just something you feel it in your spirit. Like, this ain't good. Like it don't feel good. Like I'm just gonna shut it off. And that's what I do most of the time. Like I've already over the years like really changed up the style of music that I listen to, period. Um I don't really listen to rap. No offense to anybody, to each their own, but just some rap just is not for me. Like back in the day, I used to be really more so into rap, and like I was a huge Drake fan and Nicki Minaj and all that stuff. And that's not trying to make a slight at them, but their music is just when it comes to making provocative music and there's some of the things that they talk about, like I just don't want that in my spirit and just to listen to that because it definitely changes your mood. It can actually shift your day. Like it does a lot. And so be mindful, like I said, of the music that you're listening to. Like you gotta, if you're choosing to live this life and walk this walk of faith, then look, you gotta let go of the Beyonce. You gotta let go of your Taylor Swift. You gotta let go of your Janae Aiko's, which is like some of that was hard for me because I was a huge fan of, some of these people and choosing to actually live my life a certain way and living more like Christ. I had to realize, and I felt it, like this music is not, this ain't it. Like I didn't like the mood that I was having some of the time, like just feeling some type of way. And you just got to be mindful and just let it go. Okay. I know it's hard. I know it can be hard for some people, but I promise you'll actually feel a little bit better once you finally do, you know, because I love a good praise and worship. I praise and worship all throughout the day. I don't care what day it is in my house. When I'm in the car going somewhere, like I'm very big on listening to praise and worship, whether it's on Spotify or YouTube. Like I'll Bluetooth it in the car or whatever. But I'm a huge Forrest Frank fan. Like his music is great. There are quite a few artists that, are really great artists when it comes to listening to Christian and religious music. And it's not just, you know, what people would call quote unquote like the old school like praise and worship music. Like it has evolved into so much more. So I think if you actually take the time to seek that music, you're going to find something that you like to listen to. Like for instance, if you are someone that used to listen to like a more of a pop smoke style, like sultry type of rap, like his name is Alex. I'm sorry if I messed up his name, but he has like that same style of rhythmic rapping, but he's talking about God. And I was like, okay, I can get with this. Like his music is really, really good. They actually have like Christian R&B music, which I'm sure some people don't agree with that, but you got to be mindful that you're still talking about God. Like at the end of the day, like that's the message that you're trying to put out. So if you're like beginning your beginning phase of this walk and you still want to listen to like a little bit of like an R&B thing, I suggest that you look that up because they have like a lot of it. If you look on like YouTube, like a lot of the artists come up. Um, but yeah, like I said, just no more secular music, no more like just super sexual witchcraft movies, TV shows. Like I'm not watching it. I don't got time for it. I don't want to watch it. I don't want to feel it in my spirit. I don't want whatever it is floating around my house. Like it may sound crazy to some people, but it's one of those things that if you know, you know. Like you gotta let it go. You gotta stop. Number two, letting go. No more idols. Okay. And some of these, like I'm not 100% all the way there. Like when it comes to still walking your walk and walking and growing with God, like I'm not 100% there in some of these areas, but I'm working on it. Okay. But just letting go of things that I have made in my life an idol. I had to really sit down and kind of evaluate some things and look at my life and the situations that we have had going on in my house as a family. And there were quite a few things that I have gradually over time made an idol. And look, you gotta let it go. Okay. You gotta check your heart posture and you gotta let it go. Of course, if you hear that noise, that's my cat walking around. But for those of you that don't know, I took the liberty of looking it up. I actually printed it off and just to let you know what an idol is. Because it's not what you will probably think it is. Like when it comes to, when we talk about idols and, basketball players and people that we look up to, of course, those are idols. But it's not good necessarily to have those idols when it comes to Christ and living your life according to God. Okay. So it literally says on Google, like I Googled, of course, trusty Google is my friend. And I asked, what are physical idols? And the first thing that popped up, it says physical idols are physical objects that are worshipped as if they were God instead of true God. Okay. In the Bible, idols were often statues, like physical idols or monuments. But the concept of idols can also apply to other things that make or take place of God in our lives. Okay. And that's something that we have to be mindful of. And then, of course, it actually goes a little deeper. Just the Bible says that idols can include actual objects from nature, human made objects, like, of course, statues, figurines, things of that nature that, some people actually make an idol. I don't go too deep into that because they can get a little controversial with some things and some people agree and disagree. But look, I'm just going to say you got to let go of some of these physical idols. Okay. It also says in modern times, idols can include, okay, a person, a position, or pursuit that takes up too much attention or affection. Okay. A good thing that becomes a guide to you, like a job, income, favorite TV show. So some of these things can become an idol for those that, like I said, I'm trying to speak bad about it, but are into and obsessed with reality shows. Like I've mentioned before, I used to be. I was one of those people, like back in the day when I was younger. I stayed on watching the Kardashians, okay? I stayed on watching, housewives and basketball wives, and I really idolized these women. I wanted to be like them, especially in my younger years. Like I literally like wanted to be on a reality show. Like I thought it was cute and really wanted to try to transition, live my life to be on the Bad Girls Club. Okay. Like I said, that was many years ago. Many years ago, back in the day, when I was out in the world and clubbing and all that stuff. And my cat is moving around. I swear. Every time I want to record. But anyways, distractions. Okay. That's what I'm talking about. When you want to talk about something about God, you get distractions. Okay. But literally just that. Literally just that. Making those things and those people your idols. Like I said, when people now they idolize Beyonce, they idolize Taylor Swift and her music, and that stuff is not good. It's not good to consume that much of something. If you consume it too much, then too, like they say, too much of something is, look, it's not good. Okay? Especially when it comes to music, when it comes to people and just being obsessed and just having that mindset of, oh, what would Beyonce do? Like, no, 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 no. You got to stop. Okay. I'm not trying to sound preachy, but it's the truth. Um, Reading down the list, it said things that bring you comfort, like entertainment, food, or luxury habits. Okay. Once again, I had to stop and evaluate and check my heart posture with some of the things that I was doing in my life and some of the things that I had made an idol. And I'm just be 100% honest. I'm be 100% transparent here because I would like to use it as an opportunity to kind of educate and hopefully inspire some other people with this. But just getting up in my business a little bit, alcohol, okay? Drinking alcohol, drinking wine, I made that an idol in my life, okay? And look, I was one of those people, like I said, back in the day, I went out a lot. I spent a lot of money on alcohol. I spent a lot of money going out to clubs, getting clothes, shoes, makeup, like literally spending, I can't even, I wish I can get it back now. The amount of money that I spent on alcohol in my life, I wish I had it now. But it's not good because I was using that in so many different points in my life as comfort for whatever reason of whatever it is that I had going on in my life. Even within this past year. Like I said, it's being 100% honest, being 100% transparent. Like, I literally used alcohol at the end of the night as a comfort because of whatever I had going on in my personal life, whatever I had going on in my home, whatever was going on with my kids. Like, I might have had a rough day with the kids, but I always in my mind was just thinking, okay, well, it's cool that as soon as they get into bed, I'm going to lay down, I'm going to give me some wine, and everything's going to be great. That's not good. Okay. It may seem like it may feel like it, but at the end of the day, I wasn't dealing with whatever issue I had going on. I wasn't confronting or really trying to talk about or take the time to feel within myself with whatever it is that was going on that day. Okay? Because I knew at the end of the night, I can get myself some wine. I'm going to get a little feel, a little buzz, and then I'm going to go to sleep and wake up. I'm going to do the same thing all over again and again and again and again. And it has gotten to the point that it didn't feel good. Okay. Like, I started to literally wake up tired and exhausted because of doing that, because of whatever, like they say, when you go to bed at night, um, like that's your time to, of course, rejuvenate and to rest. But for a lot of people that know, it's a lot of the time that God uses the opportunity to speak to you in your dreams, or whatever the case may be, for some people that experience that. And I know when I was asleep, like, I'll be like, I would be sleep, okay? And like I said, I'm not trying to talk about anybody. I'm not trying to make anybody feel any type of way, but it's the truth. And then with that, of course, I would wake up, not feel the greatest, would kind of start the day off crappy because I either woke up too late, later than I thought I was going to in my mind, or I just woke up not feeling great. I had an attitude. I didn't want to be bothered with anybody. And that's not good. That's not a great way to start your day, especially if you have children, of course. Like, luckily for me, I homeschool, but still, like, that's not great. And like I said, I'm just being 100% transparent. Like, it may sound bad, but I'm just being honest. Like, I literally made that thing an idol. On top of that, something that I'm still trying to work on, I have made a goal for myself, which is still, like I said, easier. Some of these things are easier said than done when you sit back and you actually think about it yourself and in your life. But like a lot of people, emotional eating, that was also another thing that I have made an idol for myself. Because if I wasn't, like, at the end of the night drinking wine or whatever, like, emotional eating, just sitting in front of the television, like trying to just mentally escape my mind and just watch TV and just eat a bunch of snacks, like, that's not good. It's not doing anything for me. It's not helping anything. It's not solving any of my problems. You know what I mean? Like, it's not good to do that and have that mindset. So, like I said, that's something that I've made a goal for myself to work on, and not just like just be skinny and like lose, like, no. Like, I'm actually trying to and want to work on myself in a more positive way, and just get all that stuff aligned and just good and ready to go. um Another thing is, like I said, looking at my notes. Number 3, maybe a little controversial. Okay, some people don't agree. Um, Even in, like, being a Christian and in the religious world, some people don't agree. But as for me and my house and my husband, we are no longer celebrating pagan holidays. Okay, and when I say pagan holidays, yes, I mean Christmas, Thanksgiving, Easter, anything that is considered a man made, quote unquote, holiday that doesn't glorify God, that isn't in the Bible, we're not celebrating it. Okay? This past year was the first year that my husband and I have been together that we didn't celebrate Thanksgiving. We didn't celebrate Christmas. We barely celebrated the New Year. Like I said, with us not drinking and just making lifestyle changes. Like, my husband and I, we sat and we brought in the new year watching Nate Bargatze on Netflix, which was hilarious, by the way. And we pretty much missed the new year. Like, we kind of had lost track of time, and midnight had already passed, but we were good. Like, we were sitting there laughing and watching TV and enjoy each other's company. Like, for us, it's just something that we're just choosing not to do. Okay. And like I said, to each their own. Everybody feels a certain way, and everybody has like their own idea of what's pagan, what's not pagan. Um, some people don't think that those holidays are pagan. And like I said, that's okay. Like, I'm not trying to, make anybody feel any type of way, but this is just how I'm feeling. My husband and I are feeling what it is that we're going to do going forth. Okay. Like I said, I don't want to say it's been rough because it's just been 1 year of this not celebrating, but like this past Christmas has been like me and my husband were kind of feeling some type of way about it because obviously we have 7 children. So we had to sit down and try to get them to, understand it the most and the best that we could. Like, it sucked in the beginning and almost caved a little bit because, they're children. They don't really understand 100% what it is that we're doing and why we're doing it. And then also too, like, my husband and I love Christmas. Like, we grew up and we, of course, at one point believed in Santa, and we loved Christmas. Like, I love watching holiday movies. I love those little like Hallmark movies. You know what I mean? And yeah, like, not watching that this year kind of sucked. Um, like, of course, with all of the other like Christmas specials and stuff like that, I would just literally just sit and binge and like, sit and drink wine and binge and watch these holiday movies. Like, didn't do it this year. And yeah, like I said, even though it did kind of suck a little bit, but I know from here going out and going deeper and deeper into our faith and reading our Bible and educating ourselves more on the actual holidays that are in the Bible that are acknowledged. I know everything's going to be fine because we do have, of course, a plan in place with that. Um, we're going to more so focus on birthdays, of course, because obviously every year that we're here, I think it's something to be celebrated and to be acknowledged. Um, but yeah, even then, it's not going to be like how we used to do it. Because for me, like, I used to like to actually kind of go out for our kids' birthdays, not go all out, but would definitely want to make it like a huge thing for them because I loved it. You know what I mean? But yeah, we're just gonna keep it simple, and give all honor and praise to God. And like I said, I still need to look into and actually research up on the holidays that are actually mentioned in the Bible. But yeah, no more pagan holidays for us. No more. And like I said, it also kind of sucked a little bit because I actually love like doing like the little Christmas arts and crafts and Valentine's Day parties and stuff for the kids and all that. But it's okay. Like, we have more stuff to celebrate. Like, we get to celebrate God. We get to celebrate and talk about Jesus. So that is something that is more important that I would like to instill more into my children than things. Okay? Because that's essentially what it really is about. It's about things, especially when you choose to try to take God out of and Jesus out of Christmas. Like, I can't do it no more. I can't. Like I said, just going deeper and deeper into faith and getting closer to God, like, it's something that I can't do no more. Like, I definitely feeling it by not doing it and not trying to live my life according to the purpose that He has for my life and according to what He has lined up for us in the Bible that we're supposed to be doing and living according to His word. So that is my plan of what I am going to do from here going forth. And some of it may be hard, like I said, but some things in life aren't supposed to be just feel good to us all the time. Okay? Because what's important is living our lives according to God and according to, like I said, what He has for our lives. And not just being so obsessed with things and things that make us feel good instead of acknowledging Him, instead of acknowledging God and giving Him the glory. But I think that is actually all that I have on my notes. um, yeah, but that's all I got. Like I said, just Just want to sit down and talk about some of the things that I will and won't be doing going forth in the year 2025. I pray and I hope that this be a good year for everybody, despite how it has started out, despite whatever it is that I have going on in my personal life with my family and my children and my husband. God is still good, and God is going to always get the glory. He's going to always get the first fruits. Okay. So like I said, I'm praying for the people that have been affected in any way so far with the fire, with just anything that has been going on. My thoughts and my prayers go out to any and everybody, okay, that have been affected in any way. But thank you so much for sitting down with me. If you made it all the way to the end, like I said last time, give yourself a little pat on the back. Please like, subscribe, follow the podcast, YouTube, all of my socials. I will link them in the show notes. Please, if you would like, leave comments. Like, what are your thoughts on this? What are your, you know, what are things that you have noticed in your life that are idols that you would like to work on, that you would like to change? Like I said, going forth, I'm going to keep sharing and talking about this. And yeah, we're going to have a blessed year. Okay. Speaking it right now, speaking into existence. But thank you so much for listening to this episode. I appreciate you guys. Peace.